May I start with CNN?
Mr. President,
Mayroon kayong listahan?
first question po is from Edith Regalado of Philippine Star.
Sir, good morning po and welcome home from a very successful trip to Israel and Jordan po. Sir, while you were away, things were happening here in the city, particularly with the Trillanes issue. One question is there a need for you to, for a loyalty check among the military, since he is from the ranks of the military, and with what is happening now, and where are we now when it comes to his case?
Look, right at the beginning of my term as president, I've had several discussions and far and between the months that followed. I've always stressed to the uniformed people of our government that they should not nurture in me or in anybody else in my cabinet and government loyalty. I said you should focus your loyalty to the flag of the Philippines and the Constitution. Sabi ko sa kanila, prangka, sabi ko, I do not need loyalties. I was elected as president and I intend to serve. But if somehow there's anything that is really demanded of the moment, then there is no problem. Do not bring me the armor or anything. Just tell me. We can have coffee or invite you, and I will, anybody who is interested, I will administer you. Now, what followed, or what will follow rather, hindi ko na problema yan. So, the ministry, impeachment, mutiny, kudeta, lahat. Well, ako magtrabaho lang. Kung ayaw ng Pilipino, di talang, bababa ako. Walang problema yan. Hindi ko ipapasubo itong mga to na magpatayan. Kasi armed forces, pati police, magkaharap yan, hindi naman ako. So why would I sacrifice the lives of people, my own countrymen, to do this? We can go somewhere else. But for me to order to shoot at each other, I will not do it. Maghanap na lang kayo ng ibang presidency. I will not do it. And I do not, I said time and again, this is about siguro the nth time. And all commanders are, you can ask them, wag kayong utang na loob sa akin. You deserve where you are now on what you got. Wala kayong problema sa akin.
Even
It is
with
our nation. Kung pasabugin natin, di pasabugin natin. Or we can live throughout the years and improve on what we have now. But yung mga intriga na kudita, look, I am here to enforce the law. Yung kay Trillanes, alam mo, ang totoo niyan, ang nag-research, si Kalida. Just like kay Sereno. He was the one who was, alam mo si Kalida medyo bright na matino. Pag sinabi ng soldier may mali, and this has to be corrected, I cannot refuse. He is the government lawyer. I am not. Though I am a mayor, or a mayor and
lawyer.
president, I cannot insist, lalo na in view of the fact that it was already recorded as a public paper. So kung ano yung sinabi niya doon, yun ang paniwalaan ko. Kung hindi ko pinaliwaan niya si Kalida, tinapon ko na yun sa, ayaw mo kung saan. You know, as a lawyer, you will ask me, and I will just advance my answer to you. What's your basis? I cannot discuss with you the merits. I do not know if it has been filed, but or if it is already assigned to a division. But what I can say is this. In the matter of granting pardon, pati amnesty, is a constitutional mandate of the President. Wala doon kay Kagalida, pero ito noon pa. Alam ko, I just don't want to rattle the boat because magkaibigan na kami lahat eh. Pati yung mga military dumaan ng Mindanao at inabot ako ngayong residency, they're all my friends. I hate to mention si Bolt Gasmin. In many years, paghabang nandito yan sa Davao, tinatawag ako. After dark is your usual place where we get to drink and talk a lot until we all are drunk. So, ang nakita ko kasi ganito, the power to pardon and the power to grant amnesty with the concurrence of Congress is a presidential power. It cannot be delegated to anybody else. Constitutional mandate yan. The President has the power to grant pardon and amnesty with the concurrence of Congress. Now, yung umabot dito ngayon sa labas, after the term of, nalaman ko yun. Kasi malapit rin kasi ako sa military, hindi lang naman sila eh. As a matter of fact, we were together in Congress at lahat. Ito ngayon ang problema. It was Gasmin who probably one of those who investigated the case. Yung kudeta pati, mutiny or rebellion, at least at the very least. Then he recommended for the amnesty ng lahat. Ang problema dyan, may mga requirements. One is that you have to do it in a particular office in the Armed Forces of the Philippines organization. And it must be J1 administrative. J2 is J3 is intelligence something. Ganun yan eh. Ngayon, it was, kaibigan ko, sabi ko, I hope that it would not get to this far. Remember, we never started the Rocos. It was all Trillanes pretending to be a crusading soldier when as a matter of fact, wala naman silang ginawa. Then, tignan mo, sa panahon ni Bolts, nandiyan naman si Trillanes. Nagka-increase ba ng sweldo ang sundalo baski 5%? Nandiyan siya, in Malacanang. And he was taking the cudgels for the military. He not only abandoned the vision of the military, he became a corrupt guy, collecting dyan sa mga negosyante. Para siyang abogado. Alam namin yan, kasi ang negosyante, baski na paano mo taguin, nagsasabi talaga yan. But I do not want to talk to businessmen for that. Kaya I do not allow businessmen to go to, except I said, if you have a problem about corruption, I will give you a 24-hour leeway. Anytime about corruption. So gaya nung Koreanong sa frigate, pumunta doon yung mismong may-ari ng kumpanya, yung parang liaison officer nila, empleyado nila, bakit hindi pa na-implement? And that was why si Bongo wrote a letter sa legal, for legal to hear it and pass on whatever is the result of the investigation. Sabi ko, makaakyat kayo. Na ito si Trillanes, sundalo, ang nag-make believe siya doon sa mga sundalo na he was all for the military. And he never gave a hoot. ako sabi, wala ako, isang beses lang ako nagsabi, kampanya, I will double your salary. Period. Nung pagtapat ng panahon, binigay ko. Siya, military siya, malapit siya kay Aquino. Andyan si Bord. Ngayon itong mga military na, they say they love their fellow soldier. Really? Nagpakita ba sila minsan sa Marawi? When a lot of my soldiers and policemen were dying, pumunta lang ba sila doon to sabi, I condole with you? Yan pag sabi mo, nagmamalaki sa sundalo. And always, all the time, tatakutin ang kako, pati we have mga mangmista ko. Is that how low you can get? Is the military that empty? Natakutin ko lang sa mga mista niya kasi hindi ko na gusto ng mga sundalo. Oh, well, kung hindi ibigay mo sa military, bakit ka takot? Ibigay mo. Kung gusto nila magsabi sila bukas, kayo, bababa ako. Totoo lang. Bakit ako pagpagkuntis niyang payabangan? Anong naibigay niya sa military? This pernicious habit of the military when I will take do not follow the instruction of the president. Well, pag yan ang sabi nila, kung gusto ninyo, inyo na. Bakit kayo magpatayan? Ang gwardiya ko, classmate mo rin, wala sa PMA, di kayo na lang lahat. Bakit pa tayo magdrama-drama dito kung gano'n ang sitwasyon? Sinabi ko sa inyo, I'm old. I am ready to step down anytime. Short of working it out for the last remaining years of my term. Probably the only agency that can really, would be PNP and the armed forces. If that is to their liking, they can always just call my attention. We'll have coffee in Malacanang and say, okay, you want me to swear you in? Is it a military junta or have you decided to select the son of a bitch? Gusto niya yung leader na yan? O sige. Yan ang nagmamalasakit sa military. Kalimutan niya lahat. Now, hindi pa ako regalado donut. Kami yung walang tulog. Tumindig ka muna dyan, magkinig ka.
Yes, sir.
Hindi, binibiro ko lang. Sabihin ka ng media. Kami mga taga Davao, alam namin yung biroan namin dito. So yan. Ang isa is si Bot, he recommended that a general amnesty be given. And then, after his recommendation, he approved it. Siya mismo ang nag-grant. Siya ang nag-recommend. Bakit ka pa mag-recommend kung ikaw lang pala ang pipirma, diretso ka na? So, what's the crime of Bolt? Sabihin ko siya, usurpation of authority. Lahat yan sila may tama dyan. Kaya sabihin nila, de facto martial law na pinapakulong. Sino pinakulong dito? Sabi niya na continuing arrest. Well, let the court decide on it. Whether he should go back to jail because that is where he came from. And instead of reporting to J1 na mag-swear ng oath, and he has to do it in writing. Basta check ka lang dyan, okay, mutiny, ito, nandoon na. Look, we have to determine their respective criminal liability first. Whether leader ka mas mataas or whether you were a follower, ordinary soldier. That, before you can give a pardon or amnesty, you have to know, you have to declare your guilt and place it on a narrative so that alam ko kung ibibigay ko ba ang amnesty o papaniwalaan ko. Wala eh. Yung sa application niya, TRO sa Supreme Court, Nagbigay siya ng sample ng affidavit. Wala siyang, you have to swear. And you have to place the narrative, saan ka, anong ginawa mo, bakit kailangan kang papatawarin. Kaya kung magsabi lang, ako si Trillanes, nanonood lang ako sa kapwa ko sundalo, pero kami lahat sa isang grupo lang. You think that it is easy, you just play with the Constitution? Hindi ako. Must remember, abogado ako. Hindi ko pipirmahan yan kung alam ko na walang. Yan. Failure to comply, it must be in affidavit form and you narrate anong kasalanan mo. Ang problema, yung nag-imbestiga at nag-recommend ng amnesty, siya rin ang nag-approve ng amnesty. Anak ka. Then, remember, it's a constitution. Mabigat kaya yan, regalado. Biro mo, you pardon criminals in this country and you can delegate it to just somebody? Just like that? Parang ginawa nila ang gobyernong laruan. Yan, hindi ako. Ngayon, if the Supreme Court says that my proclamation is invalid, let it fall. But sabihin ng Supreme Court sa akin, as head of the department, anong kasalanan, anong pagkamali ko diyan sa non-compliance and yung as a lawyer, dalawa lang yung akin. And I can even, I am not allowed to go kasi na Supreme Court na. Pero ito, general provision, which I think, matagal ko na itong alam. Just like the ICC. When everybody was talking about all defenses that I can raise, I just kept quiet. But when the time came, I said, no, yung presidential immunity, sitting president, that's bullshit. Dito tayo sa pagka-judge ka o prosecutor ka, do we have jurisdiction over the person of Duterte to haul him in from the Philippines dito? Jurisdiction muna bago ka magsalita ng. Ako alam ko noon, Sabi ko, kay Dilima pa yun when she came. I was investigated by Dilima. You were around, you covered it. Then when she was commissioner of sa human rights, she also a continuance of that investigation. When she became a secretary of justice, she continued. Tapos ngayon, naging senador na, they still iniimbestiga 4. Ano pa pang gusto mo? Tapos ngayon, I'm called upon by many itong mga left organization. I will show you, but somebody will, this government do it. 3 yan, bantayan ninyo. Yang yellow, liberals, Trillanes, pati ang Politburo, they have we will show it to you. Kaya kayong mga sundalo, before you jump into the conclusion about tanongin ninyo intelligence ninyo, they will show you. It is not for public consumption. Pero kung pagdating ng panahon, and if I am compelled by the Supreme Court to say, now, state your case, pero ipalabas ko lahat. But it will be detrimental kasi mababasa nila kung saan namin kinukuha. Ganon yan eh. Kung ako, pag nakausap ko ang yelo, ito lang ibigay ko sa iyo. Pag nakausap ko si Trillanes, he's collaborating, sleeping with the enemy. Meron ring another narrative sila dito. Na hindi nila alam. Sinabi ko na nga naman doon, sabi ko, it's being supplied by a foreign power. hindi dito. Pero kung gusto ninyo malaman, kayong mga military, yung mga matatag na ideals ninyo, tanungin ninyo ang inyong intelligence community. So, tatlo yan. They are praying for my ouster. No, kung kayo-kayo lang yan, magbakbakan lang tayo, matulog na lang ako. Or if the military and the police, just use I will not patay na sundalo, puro ko sundalo kasi ako ang Commander-in-Chief and history would judge me as tanginang gagon to. Sa panahon niya, pinaaway niya yung mga sundalo niya, pati polis, nagbabarilan. So I will say, nasabihin mo, natakot ako. Ano mo takot? Bakit ako matakot? Ano takutan ko? Ano bang kasalanan ko sa inyo? Korupsyon, ha? Mayroong mga taong talagang pero talagang hinabol ko. Pati general nga sa Armed Forces of the Philippines, was the latest person that I fired. Not because I'm afraid. I'm not doing anybody a favor. I am sticking to what is right and at constitutional. Wala de facto Marcelo. Pati si Dilima, kayong Pilipino, she was able to convince the entire world, yung mga left organization, mga mga SOCDEM all over the world, na prisoner of conscience. And even yung mga sa labas namin ngayon, binubulong na, you might want to, na-convince nila because ang komunista nakapasok talaga. So they have one who is wanted here in the Philippines but who is occupying now. Ito namang United Nations, they refuse. Pati yung Canada, pati yung America, because we will use now the helicopters to kill our own citizens. Napaka-stupido naman ninyo. My own citizens are the communists using by the armed struggle to overthrow this government. Hindi man ako commander-in-chief ng komunista, di magpatayan tayo. Pero kung ang tao ko na mismo magpatayan, kalukuhan yan. It does not even the word appeal to me at all. Kung idealist ka man o di prinsipyo ka na tao. Yang tatlong yan, bantayan ninyo. Yan yung mag-aos na House Duterte, and it will go into a high gear October, ganun. Bantayan ninyo yan. Kaya yung tatlo na yan, konektado lahat yan. Ang problema sa itong kay Trillanes is, he is also playing with the Communist Party of the Philippines. Pero alam ko na noon pa, gusto nila rin pumasok sa PMA na may mga kadete na hinihila nila para yung mga left. And always it is poverty. Bakit siya malaking bahay niya? Bakit iyon ipahat lang? Style na bugok. Sabi nga nung isa, which I really appreciate, it was not here, but somebody was giving an advice. So, a nation can only grow by evolution. Dahan-dahan lang. Putukin mo itong Pilipinas ngayon. Gusto mong guluhin, dive tayo lahat. Kasi walang problema sa akin. Huwag lang ninyo akong galawin. Kasi pag ginawa ninyo ako, personal, hanggang dyan lang tayo. If that is the measure or standard you want to use against me, fine. Let's do it. Now! Para wala nang istorya. It disturbs kagaya niya mga shortages of rice. We have 4.8 metric tons. Ano ba kayo? Wala kayo ng propaganda nila na sila yan eh. Inflation, yes. Bakit? Sino nag-umpisa? Amerika. Nung tinaas ng rates ng Amerika, taasan lahat. Ganon yan. Wala tayong magawa dyan. It's the economy, because America was, Trump wanted it. Pati yung mga taxes na excise tax, taas sa lahat. Pati import dues. Kaya ganyan ang nangyari. So I will admit that there is inflation. Sino bang presidente na hindi nakatikim ng inflation? Pero yung mga gano'n na de facto martial law. Dito sa Mindanao, martial law yan. Do you feel it? Maaga lang dito kasi medyo stricto lang ako noon pati si Inday. So instead of 2 o'clock, I said that's 1 o'clock. We cannot be partying the whole night. Then ngayon si Inday, binabaan niya alas 12 na. So walang tambay, wala lahat. Gusto ng taga Davao na yan. I don't think that the Davaoinos would relish any other kind of environment na nakikita nila sa Davao. Wala ka talagang makita. Walang tambay, wala lahat. Meron man, convenience store. Walang nagiinom sa labas. Mga squatters area, paglaan ng mga bata dyan, mga babae, nag-iinuman kayo dyan, yudo. Ngayong balang araw, sabihin ko, sagasaan mo yung mga yawa na yan. I will not hesitate really to use what I would like to happen. If I do not like to see it, it is not good for the people. I will use the kind of language I want. So yan ang ano. That's so ano pang about Trillanes?
Sir, follow-up question lang po on Trillanes. What do you think would happen in this Trillanes saga overstaying in the Senate? So saan yun mag-i-end? Yung kanyang war and everything against you?
Ganito yan. Guilt is personal. Whether you are a mayor, ROTC, o ano ka lang dyan, reserve. Guilt, kung mayroon man sa kanila, personal yan. And now, kung mayroong gustong to intervene and do it violently, good, fine. Para kung ngayon, kung mag-away-away sa mga ang tuhungan nito, kung magkagulo because of Trillanes, dyan na talaga ako hindi bumilib. Can just imagine a person shouting over about his love for the PMA, tapos siya, basahin mo yung comment ni Rex Robles, taga-RAM. He mentioned that there is no honest bone in his body. Galing yung PMA. Tanungan mo sila pa doon, mo yung mga kasama, Maestro Campo and the rest. Siya ang nakinabang. Kalimutan niya yung mga kasama niya doon because they believed in his word. Sabi ko nga, ano mang nagawa niya sa military na para magpakamatay sila? Yan ang, if that is the value that you'd want to preserve, then fine. Count me out. Kung may ganun klaseng military, count me out. I will. Maybe you need not really demand on. If that is the kind of culture ang mga military natin without offending anybody, I would rather be not president. What will be the use of relying on an armed forces, pati police na ganun ang dimension sa buhay? You know, everybody, every soldier, every congressman, every mayor, vice mayor, guard, police, we get our money, our pockets, so that we can buy food for our families from the people's pocket also. Yun ang tandaan. It's not about institution. It's about the essence of being of service to your fellow men. Yan ang prangka-prangka lang, yan ang gusto kong Kung mag-corrupt lang naman ako ng puro cabinet, may puro corrupt, ay putang ina. Mag-resign tayong lahat, sabay tayo. 1 page lang. We, the undersigned. Yan, wala na yung J1 yan. Kung gano'n lang naman ang makasama ko sa gobyerno, hindi ko masahan, eh, ano pang gawin ko? So, sabihin ko, well, just like in China, the Chinaman stay. Daylight, broad daylight, he was holding a lamp. Sinabi, tanong siya, bakit ka umiilaw? Eh, may ilaw naman yung sabi ko, I am looking for an honest man.
Sir, in one word po, sir. Ito lang last na, one word lang talaga, sir. How would you describe Trillanes? A coward or is he brave?
You know, if Trillanes can define my character 10 times as bad, well, kayong Pilipino should decide. Gusto ninyong mga ganong military, tapos magmarcha dyan sa Makati, tapos mag-headquarters doon sa hotel, kainin lahat ang pagkain doon, mga tuwalya. If that is the kind of uwi na ako sa amin. I'm better of spending my time with my grandchildren.
Thank you, sir.
Taking care of the problems of this country. Kalaki kaya ng problema ko. I am facing the vicious drug front. It's being controlled now by the Bamboo Triad. And ang ating container circuit is being used by the Sinyalosa to place itong cocaine. Umiikot kasi yung container baski saan eh. This time container for Germany, tapos from Germany, kung sino-sino yung tinatarget nila because they have the timetable. Yan ang ginagamit ng Sinyalosa. Ang Amerika hindi na kailang maghanap pa ng iba. Kung dapat, talagang gusto niyang matapos, wala lang kasi akong armas kagaya sa kanila. Kaya kung may armas lang ako ngayon, precision guided, matagal lang naubos ito. Pati yung niyog lahat, kahoy sa... Libre lang kasi ako eh. So, ako, may nakuha ako doon. So, hindi ko sabihin kung ano nakuha ko ng mga armas. Part really was also, well, of course, the welfare of the Filipino workers abroad and to shop for arms. And mind you, pagka used against terrorism or extremism, binibigay na lang yan. Because we have a common enemy. Lahat na puntahan ko, galit sa terrorism o na biktima ng terrorism. Ina.
Ina Andulong.
Good morning.
Ina ng bayan.
Hi,
Bayan, mahal na bayan.
Sir, still on Senator Trillanes, as far as you're concerned, can you unilaterally void the amnesty granted on Senator Trillanes without congressional concurrence? Hindi po ba kailangan nun?
Well, in the first place, ang amnesty allowing his release was void. Therefore, his getting out of the custody was also void. Walang basis eh. Kasi yung amnesty was defective, fatally flawed. Yung basis ngayon ng release niya based on that fatally flawed document could also, mango tree is mango tree. Kalamansi is kalamansi. Ay yung kanyang upload, nothing valid would come out from a void document.
So no need for congressional concurrence on your
I don't know
application?
about the Supreme Court.
Okay.
Magtanong lang ako, bakit mo ni-release? Ako pagtanong, if I'm allowed to argue it, President, may first way ko, bakit na-release yan? Because of this. You think this is valid? You think you can tinker with the Constitution, gano'n na lang? Well, so we're supposed to die for that Constitution. And as serious as a constitutional mandate to erase crimes. Gano'n na lang na parang isang papel. So, bago itong dokumento, saan siya galing? Pwede, di ba sa kulungan?
Sir, speaking of that, Senator Trillanes is insisting that you have pending orders to have him arrested without an arrest warrant. Can you tell us how you expect your proclamation to be implemented or executed?
Well, nandiyan na sa Supreme Court. I leave it at that. If the Supreme Court would say that my proclamation is null and void, then let it fall. But then, if I'm affirmed or sustained, then it's the military now. Sila man ang last hold. Sino man ang naghawak sa kanya last. Di sa kanila, bahala sila. Ayaw na tanggapin.
Next question is from
Then, you can always invite everybody to do not respect the law anymore. You can write your own petition and go out there nonchalant, walking away. If it is a breakdown of law and order, then I said this is our only country. And if you want to destroy it, fine, let us destroy it all together.
Sir, last from my end. I'm sorry, Secretary.
I'm sorry, but because of lack of time, can I call on Dano Tingtungko now?
Okay.
I'll,
Yes, sir. Sir, good morning. Sir, just to...
if I have the stamina, walang tulog.
Sir, just to clarify, yung court-martial, is it something you are to pursue pagdating still on the matter of
No.
Senator Trillanes?
Kasi ang court-martial is like the court-martial here. Wala namang naniniwala. Kung may relo dito, patay. Pero mas sabi nila, they are safer with the presence of the military. And I will agree. Because most of these mayors and governors really insist na ang martial law nakapabuti sa the totality of the color of the environment. Not so safe, but there is an enemy to reckon with. In Mindanao, we have the historical Moro rebellion, and this is territory. Ang problema na pasukan ng terrorism. Ngayon, yung ISIS, it is no longer what province should belong to where, what authority. Para ako magbantay kayo dyan sa ano. I cannot show it, but be careful kayo dyan. Yung yellow, pati yung, they have an alliances and we have the evidence to prove it.
Next question, Mr. President, is from Ms. Vina Araneta of ABS-CBN.
Hi,
Uy,
Mr.
ma'am,
President.
kumusta ka?
Okay lang po. Mr. President, Vice President Leni Robredo said that instead of silencing and fighting the opposition, you should focus the inflation that hit 6.4%. The DOF, I believe, outline solution to cope with the inflation. What are these measures enough, Mr. President?
Well, of course, that's the only law that we have available until now to correct this historical injustice committed against the Moro people. Definitely, it's true. Verily, no one can argue with that. But there is no other mechanism provided as yet now, another that would boost the conversion of a federal system or placing it under the federal or advancing it into an administrative body subject to corrections if we go federal. If we do not go federal, there will be trouble. And we have to prepare.
Lastly, Mr. President, Vice President Leni Robredo also said that she continues to pray for you, but a priest prays that you will get sick What's your reaction about that?
Well, ma'am, if we have the same God, then I would be, I would appreciate it. But the problem is, their God, together with the religious idiots around, pati yung mga bishops, and to think that they are being sued worldwide for abuses against children. In America, there's a flood of cases filed against the Roman Catholic Church for abuses, which happened to us also here when we were fondled by same ngayon Katoliko, same problem. Sabi po nung isang pare na mamatay ako, huwag kang mag-alala, Father. Whether I die today, I die tomorrow, it does not matter to me anymore. Tapos na ako. Ikaw, kulang ka pa sa happy. Dagdagan mo yung mga girlfriends mo dyan. Tangina nyo, kala ninyo, hindi namin alam. Kung mamatay ako, total susunod ko rin eh. But the likes of you, itong pare, to wish ill, saan nakakita magpa dito na mamatay sana si Duterte? Di sabihin ko na lang rin, mamatay sana kayong lahat ng venereal disease. Lalo na yung pare na walang pera magkabit, dyan sa tabi-tabi ng Pasay. At saka may orphanage kayo existing now where yung mga anak ninyo na sekreto nandyan nilalagay. Kunwari, pinapalabas ninyo the most hypocritical institution in the Philippines today, mga pare.
Going back to the inflation, Mr. President, ano po yung marching order nyo ngayon para to cope with the situation? Kasi marami na doon pong umaaray talaga na mga Pilipino sa rising prices.
Sa ano yan?
Rising prices po.
Sa inflation daw po.
Inflation.
Inflation daw po.
Sabi ko, wala namang administrasyon na dumaan na walang inflation, lahat dumaan. Itong akin, as you know, you not believe it or not, pero yung mga kabayan ko, this started when America became, panahon ni Trump, nag-constrict. Talagang ang taxes nila, kinukubra na, and then they raise the interest. Nung tinaas nila yung rates, sabay tayong lahat. Ngayon man ang tigas. When America raised the interest, lahat yan nagtaasan. Yaman, they are feeding on that. Rice, tapos itong inflation. Yun yung ginagamit nila in preparation for this October. Maybe this October, I'll have to talk to the military and the police. If it is good for the country, sila na, sige, labas natin. Or anyway, they're defending the Republic. Can I defend the Republic on my own? It is their constitutionally mandated leaders. Kung ayaw lang sumunod, ayaw lang sundin yung flag.
Okay. Last question is from Ruth Palo Dumandan, Mr. President.
Hi, Mayor. I'd like to ask some details of your meeting with the military officials in Israel in Jordan, especially your visit to their arms facilities, Mayor. If may plano ba ang government to procure armaments with these two countries?
Well, in other areas, except yung military, pati police equipment, I can answer. Yes, we can increase or also import. It is a two-way. You cannot always say that you have to make money by export. Of course, you earn more when you sell than when you pay. Pero sabi ko sa inyo na marami rin silang wala eh. Kaya nga pasalamat rin ako na punta ako doon. Kasi natignan ko, areas where we can really invest also. Lalo na yun. But yung iba, nandito na sila eh. And I must publicly appreciate and extend my heartfelt thank you both for Israel and Jordan. Maganda na lugar. Sana makapunta rin kayo. It's safe. Walang problema. They have a strong military branch there. I was with King Abdullah. Was it yesterday or the other day? Or was it yesterday? Nanood ako ng demonstration nila. Jordan, ha? Sa Amerika, meron Amerika, wala pa. Parang mag-usap pa kami may paring Trump. Kasi, wala ako. I have nothing against the American people. Not the slightest even misgiving kay Trump. But it's their history. Yung State Department nila, pati pala yung Glock na basa ko, the congressman signed the approval for the Glock armament which I'm giving to each and every soldier. Kasi ang may sidearms lang ang police. Ang army, armed forces, mga opisyal lang. Ordinaryong wala. Pag wala ng balat, pag sigaw ng fix bayonet, M16, wala akong hampasan na lang. Mga NPA sanay pa sa likod. Kagaya nangyari dito minsan, I'll just relate to you kung gaano katindi ang impluensya ng Amerikano. So there was this kidnapping. Ang sinabi ko na nagbarilan kami. Because yung kaming naka-standby doon, sir, kukunti lang. Ako, si Stares, pati driver ko. Si Stares is also working with us now. Dito sila dumaan doon kami. But we never expected na ang anong kasing style is, huwag kang dumaan. Uli, diretso-diretso ka na. Tangina itong mga kidnapper na ito. Bumalik. So ako ngayon, pati si General Stares, Arto pa yan, ang nakaharap nila. So limitado ang ano namin, but ang advantage namin, yung sa mga kidnappers, carbine. 2 pulis naka-armalite, so M16, at least more powerful. Di putukan na. Di, pinatay talaga namin yung 3. Doon naman sa exit sana, yung may putok, tapak-tapak. Sabi ko, ano yung nangyari? Tawagan mo daw. Sabi yung grupo hindi ko lang sabihin kung sinong opisyal. Kasi nung putukan na, ang mga kapo nagtakbuhan na. Kasi naka-standby lang nila doon ng pagdating na malapit na doon sa checkpoint nila, nagsabi yung opisyal, nagkapag-aral sa Amerika pero hindi ito PMA police ito, pero alam mo na, sigara. Sinitan niya yung CHDA pa, hindi kapakapgo. Pagta na paputok siya, halt! Sabi man, who goes there? Sabi ng CHDA, kung sa'yo magsulti, sir? Hindi na ba na-intindihan? Halt! Who goes there? In English man to, sir. Pero wala, kasabot kung sa ito iyagisagit. Halt! Who goes there? Bumalik ka, kami naman ang balitaan mo, bakit kami lang parang kontrabida dito? Thank you.
Sir,
Pero yung mga sundalo tingnan mo galit na. Sudusin na.
Sir, you mentioned that Soljan Calida was the one who worked on the proclamation. Did he act upon your orders, or what prompted him to actually review the amnesty?
Wala, basta yung amnesty.
Yeah, what prompted him to review it? Did he do it upon your orders?
That is a very good question now. Kasi, magsabi si Trillanes, bakit ako lang? Karami namin pumasok dyan sa kudita-kudita na yan. Ang sagot ko sa kanya is, the President's prerogative. You read the Philippine Constitution. the President shall have the power to pardon and grant amnesty with the concurrence, with the agreement with Congress. Yan lang. Ngayon, what is the lesson learned? Bakit tinarget ko siya? Well, I only have one word. Pareho man tayo na nagtatrabaho lang rin. I will just quote, correct me if I'm wrong, do not do unto others what you would not want
Others to do.
want them to do to you.
Okay.
Sir,
Well,
very last, sir. Sir, you just said tinarget mo talaga si Senator Trillanes.
Hindi ko siya tinarget. May nakita si Kalida na mali. O di na sabi ni Kalida, wala man akong problema sa ibang nagkudeta. Puro kaibigan ko man yan. So, sabi ko, bakit ko sila ipakulong?
Sir, what then do you say to those saying that this is part of a bigger effort for you to silence your critics dahil nauna daw po si Senator De Lima and then former Chief Justice Sereno and then now Senator Trillanes?
The fact that they are talking to you and being interviewed, is that not enough to tell you that sila nga ang nagsasalita dyan, ako tahimik lang eh. Hindi ko kasi sinasagot, alam mo bakit? Kung bigyan mo importansya sila, feeling great sila. Ngayon ni Lenny, she can never be a president. Puro dasal, kasi kung pinakinggan lang ako ng Diyos nila, yung Diyos ng Katoliko, ay putang ina, walang nangyari sa buhay ko. My God is my God. It is the God that my parents revered to. Ito yung mga tao na, baski nga hindi, pare, mga protestante, na they lead lives. Ako, wala ako kasi marami akong palpak sa buhay. Parang korupsyon na, sus Marius. Kayo katagal natin, for 23 years, mayor ninyo ako. May narinig ba kayo ni... may narinig kayo, iba. Mga kasama ninyo, ang naging sakripisyo. Babae, pero nakaw, kita man yung bahay ninyo, nung elections, pumunta ka, okay naman, 3 na lang kami na sa buhay. Mga anak ko, kanya-kanya na, kamayor pa kayo dito ng sobra ka. Sabi niya, pag may narinig pa daw siya complain, babaan niya ng alas 10. Patay ng taga Davao. Hindi ka na maka-order ng pansit dyan. So, kung malate ka magluto, hindi ka nakapalit. Saan ka magpunta ng restaurant? So, sabihin niyo, okay na lang day. Agree na kami sa alas 12. Kaya baka babaan ng alas 10, pati ako madamay dyan. Ang after dark, paano na lang?
okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President, and welcome back. Congratulations, a very successful trip to Israel and Jordan.
Thank you,
very
Senator
much,
Roque.
ladies and gentlemen.